July 2, 1964. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act of 1964 into law preventing employment discrimination due to race, color, sex, religion, or national origin. Title VI of the Act establishes the USA Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to help prevent workplace discrimination.
July 26, 1948. President Harry Truman issues Executive Order 9981 to end segregation in the armed services. May 17, 1954. Brown Board of Education, a consolidation of 5 cases into one, is decided by the Supreme Court, effectively ending racial segregation in public schools. Many schools, however, remain segregated.
December 1, 1955. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat to a white man on a Montgomery, Alabama bus. Her defiance then prompts a year-long Montgomery bus boycott.
January 10 and 11, 1957, 60 black pastors and civil rights leaders from several southern states, including Martin Luther King Jr., met in Atlanta, Georgia, to coordinate nonviolent protests against racial discrimination and segregation.
September 4, 1957. 9 black students known as the Little Rock Nine are blocked from integrating into Central High School in the Little Rock, Arkansas. President Dwight D. Eisenhower eventually sends federal troops to escort the students. However, they continue to be harassed.
December 9, 1957. Eisenhower signs the Civil Rights Act of 1957 into law to help protect voter rights. The law allows federal prosecution of
Yep.
those who suppress another's right to vote.
February 1, 1960. Four college students in Greensboro, North Carolina, refused to leave a Woolworth's whites-only lunch counter within being served. Their nonviolent demonstration sparked similar sit-ins throughout the city in other states.
250,000 people take part in the marching on Washington for jobs and freedom. Martin Luther King gives the closing address in front of the Lincoln Memorial and states, "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal."
July 2, 1964. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act of 1964 into law preventing employment discrimination due to race, color, sex, religion, or national origin. Title VI of the Act establishes the USA Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to help prevent workplace discrimination.
February 21, 1965. Black religious leader Malcolm X is assassinated during a rally by members of the Nation of Islam.
March 7, 1965. In the Selma to Montgomery March, around 600 civil rights marchers walked to Selma, Alabama to Montgomery, the state's capital, in protest of black voter suppression. Local police blocked and brutally attacked them. After successfully fighting in court for their right to march, Martin Luther King and other civil rights leaders led to two more marches and finally reached Montgomery on March 25.
August 6, 1965. President Johnson signs the Voting Rights Act of 1965 to prevent the use of literacy tests as a voting requirement. It also allowed federal examiners to review voter qualifications and federal observers to monitor polling places.
April 4, 1968. Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated on the balcony of his hotel room in Memphis, Tennessee.
Finally, on April 11, 1968, President Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act of 1968, also known as the Fair Housing Act. providing equal housing opportunity regardless of race, religion, or national origin.